Alright, you're gonna have to forgive that whirring noise. My heater is on and it's cold, so I'm not turning it off. Hi everybody, so today we're gonna be making Minesweeper using Raylib from scratch. I'm using C, and technically I'm using GCC and CMake to make it through the what is this called? CLion. But you could apply this to any editor or IDE that you want. I'm not going to be showing how to set up the build chain, the tool chain, all that stuff, because there are tutorials out there that do that already. So we're just going to get right into it. So Minesweeper is a game where you have your window right here, and in here you've got all your little blocks. And if you regular click, it will detonate, or I guess diffuse a block. And if you click on the wrong one, it will explode. And if you right click, you'll mark it. Make this transparent and rotate this way. Hey! Whatever. Close enough. I don't know what else you really need in a Minesweeper window. I don't have a picture of it in front of me, but maybe a counter for how many blocks are left. Let's say 10 or something. There's mine's left, and then a big old fat restart button, I suppose. Perfect, it looks great. So then when you click on a tile, if you click on this one for example, it'll clear that one if it's clear, and it'll explode, you'll die if it's not. But it will also clear any adjacent blocks to it. Oops. Like that. And then all of these other ones around it will say, like, this has one. Oops. This one has one if it's right next to one. And then this one has two. And then this one has one. These will hint to you that there's something here. Right? There's one next to this one, there's one next to this one. So then you'll just know, oh, that this right here is a mine, so I'm going to flag it like that. But if you click on that, you just lose, right? And if you flag it like that, this number will go down right here to 9, right? But it's not going to tell you you're correct. I don't know, I think maybe we could have little people, or maybe like a truck or something, drive across the street and just blow up. I don't know. I don't want to make it too awful. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So I got to think about this algorithm, and this is just a flood fill algorithm. This one's pretty easy. I've done it before, and I'm pretty sure if you've programmed before at all, you could kind of intuit how to do this flood fill thing. It's basically, you click here, and then you recurse all the blocks around it. You can be either like up, down, left, and right, or the 8 around it. We're probably just going to do up, down, left, and right. So that's even easier. There's 4. You start here 4. Is this clear? Yes. And then recursively go until you hit the end and there's nothing left. And then you come back to this one and go, how about up? I got here. And the whole time you're checking up, down, left, and right. So this one's blank. This one's no good, but this one's good. So yeah, it's not not terribly difficult, but it should be good practice. So let's give it a try. I have just set up in this project my CMake lists. This is what comes with Raylib. If you go to Raylib when you install it, you go to your Raylib folder and then go to projects. I'm in code CMake, but you can get any one of these that's applicable to you. I'm going to take this, I copied this and pasted it in here, and then this core window is basically what I have without all the comments in there, and for some reason they separated the update draw frame out into a different thing, but I just deleted that. We're starting very, very fresh. So let's close this. What is utils? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make, oh boy, CLion, come on. I'm going to move this into a source directory. Move that into there, yep. Okay. Alright. So, what does the grid look like? I'm not very good at explaining it with my mouth. Like, I don't know my own phone number. off the top of my head, but my fingers do. Let's start drawing the grid actually. So we're gonna clear the thing to black just for fun, and then I'm gonna set a color up here. Color, we'll call it like just grid color. Grid color equals, and then we're gonna set that to, it's, what is it supposed to be? Is it a float? Please tell me what it is. Color. Where is color? Color is it's a char. Okay. So then the 255 is the maximum value. So let's do, I don't know, just 45, 45, 45, 250, 255, so it's fully transparent, or opaque rather. That's going to be our grid color, and then color square color equals, wow, my hands are not warmed up. It's cold in here, man. That's why the heater's on. So square color, we'll make it a little bit lighter than that, so we'll say like 95, 95, 95, 255. So that's fully opaque at like a lighter gray color. You know what I want to do actually? I'll make that 195 each, so that it's almost like a white color, so that way color explored color equals low. Keyboard at work is just a little bit smaller than this, and it's frustrating. This one will be 95, 95, 95, and 255. Okay. Color, I don't need that. Yes I do. Color, we'll say neighbor number color equals, we're going to make it like a yellowy color. So I don't remember off the top of my head what that looks like. I'm going to say it's 200 and then 90, 90, 55. Okay. Well, we'll start with that for now. So to make the grid, hello, grid. Actually, we're gonna do begin drawing, and then end draw, and wow, end drawing. Okay. So our grid is gonna be draw line. All right, this one will be fine. So we're going to start at, I suppose I forgot the padding. Unsigned char, the padding equals 20. Okay, so draw line. For our x, we're going to do for int I equals 0, I is less than. I need this to be defined. Grid spacings, so they're all going to be 25 pixels wide, and define grid row call 25. Yeah, 25 divided 25 is probably going to overflow the screen size, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to say grid row call I++. All right, let's establish what I'm doing first. So this one will be, we'll do LR lines and GB line for top bottom. Left to right. So X is going to start at the padding. Y will equal padding plus I times grid spacing. X, this one will be padding plus grid spacing times grid row call. Yeah, and then this one will be the same, yes? Does that do what I want? There it is. Okay, perfect. So now, I don't know if you can see that because it's kind of light, but I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to do that basically in reverse. Then put padding plus 0. I'm sorry. There we go. Padding plus 0. Switch these around. Let's see if that this might make that spiral pattern because I'm not paying attention. Nope, I got it. Okay, perfect. And I'm actually gonna do +1 because I want it to draw a border around it too. Great, off to a good start. So let's make my grid spacing 20. I'm almost there. I don't want to make it like 23 or something. I'm going to promote this up to here, and instead of that, we're going to define padding. Okay, let me do this. Change all local padding to padding. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like that. It should not have that there. So these are those, and then I'm going to determine screen width and screen height as padding plus grid spacing times grid row call. Screen width plus 200 plus 100. Let's do that. What's the deal with that? Macro replacement list should be enclosed in parentheses. I'm sorry. So this one is going to be padding plus grid spacing times grid row call. So that way we'll programmatically make our thing as big as it needs to be. Oh, oops. No, it should be padding. What's this one? Yeah. Padding times 2. Not that. So padding times 2. Yeah, so that should add padding on both sides of it. Over here we'll have our info display. Let's make that like 150. And then move on. I don't even need to look at what it looks like. So this is our grid system. So now we need to draw all of our squares. Probably close that. We'll draw all of our squares, but I don't want to just draw squares. I want to draw like the grid itself. So we're going to define type def struct. Now, do I need a struct? I don't think I need a struct. I think it's going to just be unsigned car. Say grid paths. Okay. Or grid square. There we go. And over here we're gonna do type def enum. We'll say. Oh, I can just do this actually. We'll say grid type. Grid position info. How about that? So 0 is going to be, what should we call that? Unexplored? Unchecked? Equals 0, just to verify, just to make sure. And next we need checked clear equals, do I want to do bit masking, bit flags? I don't know. That might be interesting to do. We're going to do 2 things here. We're going to do flags because I've gotten really big into flags lately. I like that a lot. So we're going to do, what am I in, C99? Can I do this? Unsigned chart. I don't know what to call it. I'm going to call it good and evil. A good square equals 0v0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Okay. and then bad equals 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Alright, so the first bit is set, then it's going to be an explosive square. I think I hit 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. Whoops. Let's do that. Alright. So that's going to be that. And I could set like a north, south, east, west neighbor thing. Let's do it. We'll say neighbor north. That's acceptable. 0B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's that. Okay, that's neighbor north. Okay, we're gonna do south, east, west. Okay. So I'm gonna do insert 1, 0, and then do 1, 0, 0, and then 1, 0, 0. Okay, Control Alt L. There we go. So basically, here's what we're gonna do. So if set bit 1, bomb, and then if set bit, is it the 5 through 2 has bomb neighbor. If set bit checked. So that's what I was getting at initially. So insert 1, 0, and then that is checked. Okay. Great. I still have 2 bits of information to work with here, and I'm kind of wasting my time calling it an unsigned char because doing any of the bit shifting stuff that I'm going to be doing will, I think, autocast it to an integer, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And I guess this could be, yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so that means that I need an array of grid squares, which I could probably set in my main method, yeah. So we're going to do grid squares is going to be size of, what do I call it? Row call times row call. So it'll be 25 by 25. I don't know off the top of my head. That is. Set that to 0 explicitly. Oh boy. I kind of like it like that, actually. I'm gonna leave it. All right. And then I'll have this little separator because I have something in my head that tells me I should. So this will draw all of the grid stuff. Next we can draw all of our squares. So for int I equals 0, I is less than, I'll call it grid span. Define grid span is grid row call times grid row call. Okay, so do less than grid span. Nope, grid span. Got it. R++. We're off to a good start. So what we're gonna do is, there's a formula that I usually use because my array is a one-dimensional array. We're going to do basically y times width plus x, and that'll give us the same thing as xy. Same thing as x, y. I read somewhere, sometime, for some reason, that doing it this way is faster, but at a game this small, I don't really think that it's gonna matter too much. I just got a really bad feeling in my chest that I forgot to hit the start record button, so I had to check real quick. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's see if it will compile. Is it still going good? Yay, okay. What we're going to do this is the same thing that we did with draw lines, but just a little different. So we're going to do draw rectangle. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. This is the nice version. So we're going to do same thing as above. I might as well just copy this, I think. We're going to steal this. No. X should be this. Okay. Width and height are both going to be grid spacing. Grid spacing. Color is going to be square color. But not quite. I just want to make sure that that works. And I'm probably going to draw the grid over top it. Oh, I'm onto something. Okay. So I need to divide and modulo these. So what we're going to do, ants, right? Yeah, okay. So X is going to be padding plus I divided by grid row call. Sorry, it's not. It's going to be modulo. Grid row call padding is going to be I divided by grid row call. What's that look like? Perfect. Okay, it's a little tough to see, so what we're going to do, I'm going to shrink these down, I think. I have a fun idea, just to make it a little more visually interesting. I'm going to do this minus 2 for both of these. And I'm going to do it again. Padding plus 1. And padding plus 1. Plus that. And then get rid of these. And then we're just going to make square color. Square. Bezel. I don't know if that's how you spell that word, but that's how I'm going to spell it. And then this one will be 100 by, hello? 100, 120, 225. This one will be square bezel color. I hope this is not going to work right. I can feel it, but that's pretty much what I wanted, actually. That's almost exactly it. I guess we don't even need the grid in that case, huh? I think that looks pretty neat. Let's get rid of the grid. All that work for nothing, I suppose. I'm actually going to keep this for a minute. We're going to pull that out and put it up here. Put that there. I am going to harvest this in a moment for a hit register for the grid. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So that's almost exactly what I wanted to happen. But now I got to take care of this. So this right here, this is going to be dependent on what this tile at I is. So instead of making this line somehow even longer than it is, I suppose we could space this out a little bit, yeah. I do not like new lining in the middle of a method. I think it looks gross, but I also like having somewhat readable stuff. So, yeah, I hate it, but it's kind of easy to pick apart what line is what line. So this one, I do. I am going to do this. So we're going to say squares sub I equals, sorry, square sub I and, what do I call it? Checked. We're gonna do whatever it is, square color. Otherwise, it's gonna be something else. We'll just say explored color, or sorry, that's gonna be this one, explored color, or square color. Let's try that. Still working as expected. Good. And Control L. I think it was freaky. Oh, thank you. It made it worse. All right. So, is it checked? Should I just do that up here? So I don't have this stupid turn wreath. Alright, you know what I could do? I could do this. We'll say const colors. I won't do that. I'm not going to do that. Ah, shit, I am. Const colors array equals this. And we're gonna do, I'm just gonna steal these. Give me those. And then create these like that. Whoops. I guess there's only 3 states. I'm probably wasting a lot of bandwidth on this, but yeah, this is a waste of bandwidth. We're just gonna not do that. So we're gonna say checked. If it's checked, int squares sub I and bad, we're gonna say, I didn't make a color for that, but that one's just gonna be 255. Bomb color and bad bomb color, else this, else that. Okay, that's a little confusing to follow, but bear with me a little bit. Don't blow up. Okay, we're good. Alright, so here are our squares. And then I have to do one more thing after that. Oh, why not? Draw text at const text equals %d. And I'm going to do something silly here. Oh no, I gotta do format text, or text format, and that's gonna be %d, and then this is gonna be squares sub I. Where does that neighbor stuff start? Shifted 1, shifted 2? Is it shifted 2? I mean, I could just and do the 11110 and just do that. So that's that number right there. Good, okay. And then this text position is going to be padding plus, I mean, it's basically the same exact thing as up here. Right? Just gonna steal that. Put it right there. What is this supposed to be? Font size 12 and color neighbor number color. Alright, that's gonna be blank for now. It might even show a 0. But that's better than. I'm so close. Really, really close. I want to add something to this padding. I'm going to say plus grid spacing divided by 2. Hello? And padding plus grid spacing divided by 2. Go right in the middle, come on. Oh, it's top left aligned. Whoops. Divided by 3. Yeah, that'll show them. Alright, you know what? I dig it. That's fine by me. Alright. Draw text. Alright. If, and the way that conditionals work in C is that if it's a number that is greater than 0, it counts as true. And we're going to use that to our advantage. Thank you. So we're going to say if squares sub I dot squares sub I and checked. Oh, that was how I was going to do it. So it's like, it's so long though. Yeah, I was. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do neighbor mask equals 0b 000111110. There you go. And neighbor mask. Yeah. Alright, so we got all that stuff done. Just for fun, we're going to say squares sub 14 equals and equals bad. Alright, that'll look good. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have just made that 0. Alright, let's make the click logic. So, before drawing, we're going to do handle click. Not that. Handle click. I don't think I need to pass anything into that. So, I'm going to make this global function handle click. Yep. Okay. And handle click is going to be get mouse. So we're going to do, I'm just going to say int x equals, or I guess unsigned char x equals get mouse x. So the grid position is going to be from 0 to 25 or 0 to, what is it? Yeah, 0 to 25, and the y is going to be 0 to 25, so we don't really need anything more than that. I could make one char and just cut it in half with an and it, but I don't want to do that. That's too far. That's too far off the deep end. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to not return void. We're going to return grid square. We're going to say, oh, you know, I do need a pointer to grid square pointer squares. So we're going to pass it and squares. No, just squares. Squares. So we're going to say get mouse x minus padding divided by, actually, there we go. There's a better way to select things. I'm not quite there yet. Grid padding divided by grid spacing, I believe. And then I'm just going to copy and paste. Wow! That's doing some fun stuff. Okay. So then we're going to get squares sub y times grid row call plus x. Okay, and we're going to return that. Okay, and yeah, all right, fine. I'll make it a const. You jerk. All right, I'll make that a const too. Relax. All right. And then these yellow lines are telling me that my parentheses are redundant. I'm promising you they're not. So we're going to handle click, and we're going to say selected, what did I say it was? Grid square selected equals this. I have a feeling we should check for a negative number or a number greater than row call. So what we're going to do, if x is greater than row call, or x is less than 0, or a y is greater than row call, or y is less than 0, return -1. Don't break. Oh, I forgot the other thing. I added this in my setup for this so I could just print log messages down here, because if you do printf, it will wait until the program is done running for whatever reason. So we're going to do trace log debug, log debug, and we're going to say %d. And we're going to say selected square, and then this is going to be selected. Okay. Equals -1. -1. Okay. If mouse, what is it called? Is mouse button down in button. Mouse button left. Then we're going to do this. And then I'm just going to move this up. Control-W, tab. Okay. Still getting the hang of that little trick there. This cannot be a const. Selected equals that. Okay. Let's just test that real quick. This would be 0. Oh boy, do we fire in. Not button down, mount button pressed. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's try that again. So, I want this to be 0, and then this to be whatever 25 times 25 is. Ruh-roh. It's not doing it. Oh, stupid. Or equals. My bad. Okay, so that worked. So now, if I click on this right here, I should get a 1 and a 0. Alright, so it's not giving me the index. It's giving me the position underneath it, which is fine. I don't need the index. That up here. Or equals to bad. Or equals to checked. Right? Why? Oh, because it's const. Sorry. And then we're going to just return that again. Okay. So now it's just all going to return the same thing, but... Ooh! It already worked! Check me out! And they, oh shit! It's working! Very cool. Alright. Alright. Squares and neighbor. Greater than 0. Squares sub I and neighbor mask. Else that. Ooh, sorry. Alright, and then that's not going there. That goes here. But I need to put this outside of this. Stop. Oh, why did you do that? Why did you new line that? Text format square sub I and neighbor mask. Otherwise, we're gonna do that. What? What do you like about that? 5 parameters will call one argument. Oh. Alright, that might be a little bit taxing, but okay, so now it's working appropriately. Does that draw a little tiny divot in the middle? No, it doesn't. That's quite nice. That's just kind of serendipitously happened. It's got a tiny, tiny microscopic thin line in the middle there, and I quite like that. This is -3. Does that look any better? Not quite. It just makes it look weird. Maybe if I do this +2, or is that just the same as it was before? Oh, okay. You know what? I actually don't hate that. It looks pretty neat. So now we need a method to generate however many squares are bad. All right, so we're gonna randomize grid. Oh, I did that again. We're gonna pass in squares. Okay. So we're gonna go down here. Void randomize the grid. Grid square pointer squares. That's a weird way to spell that. Let's get rid of the S. Okay. I wanted to also take number to flag. So we're gonna say, not just for fun, because it's all stacked. Int number to flag. So that's gonna be like 10 or 15 or however many enemy things you want in there. Okay. What is it? Whoa. Get random value. Get random value. So minimum will be 0, maximum will be grid span. Nope, grid span. Oh boy, I'll get it someday. Grid span. There it is. Good. Get random number between grid and grid span. So that's what my mechanism. So what we're gonna do for int I equals 0, I is less than number to flag I plus plus. We're gonna do this. Nope. There you go. We're gonna get a random value. We should probably get that. Int RNG is that, and we're gonna pick one of the squares in here. So we're gonna say if squares sub RNG, and bad, then I minus minus. Just do it again. I might as well do this. I minus minus and continue. Okay, so that'll just repeat this particular step, and then I don't have to do anything like else because it will continue if it fails. So we're gonna do squares sub RNG. I did it again. Squares sub RNG or equals. I did it right that time. Or equals bad. Okay, so that'll set it bad. Okay, so they should all be set to 0 anyway. Checked is down. Okay. And then, after that for loop, we need to calculate neighbors. We're almost there. You can feel it. I actually don't need this anymore because we figured it out. Draw L. Fix my pretty my file up for me. Oh, and we'll say like 15. Okay. All right. So calculate our neighbors. This is going to be a fun algorithm to do. I don't know why I did that. We'll go up here and we're going to do stop. Okay. For int I equals 0. I is less than span, grid span, I plus plus. This is going to be a little interesting. I think we're just going to do top, down, left, and right. Yeah? So, we're going to do, top, down, left, right. So if I'm going to do this very naively at first, and we're going to fix it in a second, but if I minus row call, right? Yeah. I minus row call. So that should be squares sub I minus row call. Square sub I minus row call equals bad. Sorry. And bad. What we're going to do is squares sub I did it again. How do I keep doing that? I minus grid row call. Or equals neighbor. It's a little more complicated than that, actually, isn't it? So, I'm going to take a look at what I'm doing here. It's y. It may be beneficial for us to do it an x and y for loop. Perhaps. I think I'm just going to do that, just to have them both. So we're going to call this x. No, we're going to call this y. Y. And y. And then we're going to do, not grid span, we're going to do grid row call. And then I'm basically going to just do this again. But this time, we're going to do x plus plus. Okay, and then now we're going to check. Get it? North, east, west, south. If y is less than 1, meaning it's 0. Or, sorry, if y is greater than 0, then we're going to check this. If squares sub, did it again, squares sub y times row, is it row call plus x. So this one will be for the north neighbor. If squares y times grid row call plus x and bad, then copy this, paste this, or equals neighbor north. Okay? Repeat this. Okay? Y is less than grid row call minus 1. Okay? So this will be the south neighbor. I think I can get away with this. And then if x is greater than 0, if x is greater than 0, we're checking to our left, so we want the west neighbor, and then this will be east. So x is less than grid row call -1. And then just for fun, I am going to comment this out so that we can see what everything looks like. I'm sure there's a nicer way to do this, but let's just check that. It's probably going to crash, but hope not. 30? 30? That ain't it, Chief. Oh, because I didn't check around it. Okay. Y is greater than 0, meaning we're going to do y -1, and then we're going to do y +1, and then likewise x -1 and x +1. Alright, I don't know how you got 10. Oh, I do know. It's because of this. Alright, so that's not as neat as I thought it was. Yeah, okay, so basically this is going to be my toggle. So that's checked. And squares sub I and neighbor mask. So I don't need that right there. I need to sum up my neighbors. Can I do this? It's going to be interesting. So int neighbor check neighbors equals so neighbor north shifted by 1 plus, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. I made my bed, I'm gonna lay in it. Alright, and we don't need that. Shifted 1, shifted 2, shifted 3, and shifted 4, and of course I have to do this, and do this. I don't know the operator precedent of bit shift and addition, so hopefully that is fine. And then here we're going to draw neighbors. Hello, wow, neighbors, that was not correct. Okay, get rid of all that. And we're going to I suppose I can make that a comment just to make the compiler happy. Alright, don't crash. They're all 0. That ain't right. Neighbors equals square sub I and neighbor n. Oh, north, south, come on, east and west. I didn't do them in that order, did I? South, east, and west. I did do them in that order. So that one should be shifted by 4. Alright. We're not quite there yet. Alright, come here. This is gonna be bad, but don't do that. I'm not ready for that yet. Whoa. South % D, east % D, west % D. Man. Const int north equals Okay. Wow. South, east, west, north, south, east, west. This is what happens when you try to get clever. So then this will be north plus south plus east plus west. Oh! Even better. See this? Okay. Greater than 0. It'll return 0 or 1. So, north, south, east, west. Alright. Here we go again. Ooh, I see some numbers. Oh! Look at you. And this tells me that there's one in the middle there. Alright. Okay, so let's put that back here. Okay. Oh, this is going to be hell because I just have to find one of them. Yeah, there it is, 1. So there's 1 next to it. That should be 0. That should be 1. And then this should be 1. No, it's over here. Hey, I found it. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't know if it counts itself as 1. Does it count itself as 1? That's tricky. I'm going to do that. If squares sub squares sub y times row call plus x and bad and I could just move this over because I've named it and like that, and then duplicate this self. Oops. Insert 1, 0. Insert. Okay. That will lead to a situation where self can make it look like it's 5, and that's an obvious one. So, I don't know if I want to keep that. Neighbor self greater than 0. Plus self. Okay. Alright. Doing good. So, let's try it one more time. I'm just going to poke around in this corner until I find one. 1, 1, 1. Oh, I didn't check for the north. So why? What happened there? Y is greater than 0. That should be there. Oh, what happened here? X squares. Oh. Sorry about that. That's why I did that. Then squared sub equals self. That's why that happened. I think I can make CLion rewrite all these for me, but so far it works. So I'm gonna go over here. Well, it counted itself as 1. It counts its 2 neighbors as 1, and it does not count that corner as 1. Let's try to find another. That's funny. Let's try to find another one. Oh my god. There's 1, 1, 1, 1, and then that's the flag. You know what? This right here is kind of self-evident. But because you're going to click on it and blow up, you know. I suppose I could do that, because I don't know if C is lazy evaluated. Let's get rid of that. Just put that up there. Yeah. Squares of y. Said I wasn't going to do this just a moment ago, but here I am doing it anyway. So let's get you over here, you there, and then go like this. Alright. And go like that. And that. Okay. And then we're going to go like that. Alright, I have one thing, technically two things, but basically one thing left to do, and that is, oops, I deleted something I wanted. There. I don't know, that made me feel better. And then I'll just put that up on one line. Okay, just for some verticalness. And I guess you can be const. Okay, randomize the grid. That looks fine. Handle click. That looks fine. That's not helpful. Okay. Selected. If, that's why I wanted that. If selected and bad. You lose. I'll make something for that in a minute. So now we need to do the flood fill. So we're gonna do void, or am I? Int. I'm gonna do flood fill and int direction. I think, is that what we're gonna do? So if bad you die, else we're gonna flood fill. Flood fill from oh yeah, I might want to handle that in handle click because I'm not getting the X and the Y out of that. So I guess we're gonna do that here. Flood fill. Oh, it's down here. Where's the button to? Oh, yucky. Alright, and control, that'll fix everything for me. Int X, int Y. Okay, so we're basically going to do this exact same thing right here, even. I am just going to do this, and I'm going to paste it in there. But, start X, and start Y. Okay. And then I need a reference to grid squares squares. And that's a pointer. Squares. Squares. There we go. And then flood fill X, Y squares. Alright, so the algorithm is try flood fill on your neighbor recursively. And then of course, as we flood fill, we're going to set everything that we see to checked, and then if we see something that is checked, we're going to just bounce out of there. So I don't need this right here. I'm going to change this to X and Y again so that we just keep that. And do this. Okay. Flood fill, I know. Okay. How about that? And or equals checked. And checked return. So if the position we're checking right now is checked, we're gonna return -1, which means we hit a checked spot that's already been checked. So then we're just gonna set this. Oh, that is over too much. Let's do that. Because X and Y is checked and checked, or squares at X and Y and bad, return -1. So we don't want to flood fill into a bad space. Return -1. And if we pass this check up here, we're going to just move ahead. We're going to check the spot that we're in right now. And then, instead of this, we're going to set this to this. Flood fill y minus, or sorry, x, y minus 1, and squares. Okay, yeah, I know it's recursive. They're gonna yell at me for that. That's a weird thing to get upset about. Oh, I forgot I had flux enabled. That's crazy. My whole screen's gonna look super duper orange now. My bad. Alright, so we're gonna take this and just replace flood fill x minus 1. So y x minus 1. Alright, and we're gonna get rid of this. Okay, y is greater than this, so y plus 1. Do I still have that on my clipboard? I do. Y plus 1. Flood fill x plus 1. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of this and right here. And if this works, I'm going to tell you that I have not done this in a long time. Alright, and now it's going to yell at me because it's a recursive function, but I don't even know if I need a return value. I might. Let's check it out. Let's see what that does. And nice, it worked. That was easy. Yeah, so that's a flood fill algorithm. Alright, so now what I want to do is make it kind of parameterized, I guess, or maybe I'll just make more of them. It's like 25 of them. That seems just just way too easy to me. But we can see that it is working because this one has 2 next to it, right? If it has a neighbor, I think I'm also supposed to stop. Because it's bad. Or and neighbor ask. That looks a little more appropriate, right? But you can kind of tell right away that this one is the problem, right? Because if I click here, it's yeah. Oh, I can't even click on it anymore because I broke it. If I turn this back on, does it break? I'm kind of feeling it does, yeah. Okay. And that is because of Let's just try that one more time. If I click here, and I know this one's bad, right? I can't even click on it. Interesting. I could have it return bad. I might want to watch some gameplay stuff on how this is supposed to function, but the flood fill's working correctly. What if I make like, I don't know, 100 of them? Alright, so it's kind of spoiling it because I can't click on the spots with. Hey, that was a good one. Alright, so yeah, that's behaving more like what I would have expected it to. Yeah? Right? That looks better. Alright, I'm gonna do the bad thing. I'm gonna Google Minesweeper. Oh yeah, okay, so it is on the cleared tile. I wonder what the algorithm is. Like, some of these are clustered together real nicely, and mine is just legitimately random, so. But it looks like they are putting it on the neighbors. They are, like, opening up those neighbors, so. So let's get rid of the neighbor mask. Yeah? No, see, that just plays the whole game for you. Yeah, I think I just might have to refine the algorithm for placing them instead of just being random. I might want to make like a, I don't know what else to do though, you know. So these are all the bad count. What do they call that? Number of the flag. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say const int number to flag equals 100 and go with this number to flag. I don't even want that to be a const, but. Okay, and now I can show how many are there. So we can go down here, and we're going to do draw text. Why did I do that? That was a stupid thing to do. Draw text, we're going to do text format, %d, %0d? What is it? %3d? I don't remember, but %db. Remaining that, and then that's gonna be, we're gonna have int flags placed equals 0, okay. Number to flag minus flags placed, and then I have to handle right click after that too. And we're gonna put this at I'm gonna show you the worst trick in the world. Alt print screen, and then we're gonna go to paint, paste that in there. What's right here, down there in the bottom left, right over here. Can I do this? Yeah. 545, I guess. 545, y will be, yes. Font size will be 30. That sounds good to me. And text, what's a color that I could use? How about neighbor number color? Any neighbor number color, thank you, okay. And remaining flags. Oh, you know what? Bombs, flags, remain. Ah, so close, okay. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so 545, this one will be 60, and then this one will be 100. Oh, so close. Damn it. Alright, I also have to set that to 0, right? Flags placed. Yeah, okay. How? 25. Maybe move it over to 5. Oops. 5, 3. Okay. And then I just need a reset button and a submit button, I guess. I got a feeling that there's just gotta be a better way to do that. Because that's too easy, right? Anyway, I'll figure that out at a different time. Doesn't matter if it's a good game. The fact is that I made the game. 50. Ooh, there's only 50 of them. I'm getting somewhere. Maybe if I... Oh. And then I still can't click on it. So I need to know what right click does. Or I need to tell it to do right click and everything. Oh. I'm a dummy. Okay. Okay. No, I did that right. So, or no, I have an idea. If this equals, or, where is it? And bad. We're going to do a different method altogether. We're going to show all bombs and game over. Or just game over is fine, I suppose. Game over. I don't even need a method here, actually. You just do this. For int I equals 0, I is less than grid span I plus plus. Whoa. And then here I'll do else. If squares sub I and bad squares sub I or equals checked. What are the odds? So that should not be 4. So we're not going to count self. So if bad and squares sub I and bad but not okay, that's what I wanted it to do. I think I need this. Okay, so then this handle click can just be void. And then I don't need to return any squares. Okay, yeah. Where's my... okay. Else if is mouse button pressed, mouse button right, and then I can set another one of these up here to flagged. Oh, it doesn't return it out, so my bad. Return void. Yay. Oh, you can't do that? My bad, I'm sorry, C. Sorry, dog. And then this one, tell you what, I should put this inside of let's check inside of handle click. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Copy this, and then we're gonna delete all of this. Like that, okay. Handle click. Undo. Actually, I'm gonna put it down here, and then that means I can do this. All the way up you go. There we go, that was easy, right? Handle click squares, I don't need that anymore because that would make it recursive. Mouse button right, we're gonna say squares sub. Oh no. Let's take these out. Not there. That's not expensive, so I don't care about that. Squares sub y times call span. Row call, sorry. Row call plus x or equal flagged. I don't have a color for flagged yet, but whoops. Flags placed equals that. Handle click. Up to pointer to flags placed, I guess. Oh well, man. That's just an int pointer, right? Flags placed. Flags placed. Plus plus. No, that's the pointer. Whoops. It's dereference. I don't want it. Yeah, that's pointer arithmetic. I'm so stupid. Flags placed equals flags placed plus 1. I'm scared of doing plus plus because I don't want to increment that pointer to something else. Oh, that's it. I have to dereference that. I don't know why this is so. Okay, no, I'm doing it right. Okay. Alright, and that means that draw a rectangle. If it checked, is it bad? How about I do it like this? Is it checked? Yes. Else do that. That should be the same thing, right? And then I can do this. Yeah, okay. Squares sub I and flagged. Flag color. Else that. Alright. This looks good to me. Flag. Flag color. Draw. What is that? Draw. Oh. Okay, flag color will be 95, 195, 95. That's some kind of bluish color, I guess. Ah. Oh, what have I done? I reversed my logic. I blew it. Where did that go? Right, okay. Is it checked? It's the explored color. Yeah, alright, fine, you win. I'm gonna do color, next color, equals, well, color next color. If checked, if, next color, if, if this, next color equals explore color, there we go. Else if good god damn. If it's bad. Next color equals bomb color. Okay, let's get out of there. Else if squares sub I and flagged, next color equals flag color, else next color equals square color, bad and squares sub I. Checked. Or okay. Okay. Try that again. Alright, yeah, I dig that. I dig it a lot. Okay. And just need that dang old reset button. Yeah. Okay, so for int I equals 0, I is less than grid span, grid span, I plus plus, squares sub I equals 0. We're going to reset it. So I'm going to use that function to clear it when you click the button. So the way that Ray GUI does it, I have to kind of go to the bathroom, so I kind of want to cap this off. It's already been going on for like an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours now. 2 hours exactly. So I kind of want to cap this off, so what we're going to do is just have this button to do a reset, and then if you reach the game over state, Alright, int. Fine, return 0 for success. Return 0. That was fucking me up right there. Else, return 0. No, I guess I don't want that. Did it again. Okay. I want to return 0 from every path except after this for loop return -1. Why is that? There. Oh, alright, I see what they're trying to tell me. Because that will break the loop. Okay. And redundant else keyword. Well, I don't want them pressed at the same time, that's all. Oh, that's exactly what they're telling me. Handle click. Game over is game over equals. And then up here I'm going to say int is game over equals 0. not -1. We're gonna turn 1. Is game over equals that. And then I'll draw the box. I have to reset somewhere. What did I say? 530. Go back over to paint. What's down here? 530 by 475. Okay. And color is, what do I call it? Square bezel color. Square color. Yeah, alright. And then draw text. Alright, I don't like the colors at all, but that'll do. And then when you click on it, how do I handle that? I'm going to do this. Constant sign int mx equals get mouse x. Mx. And then that'll be my plus y. Constant y. If mx is greater than, what did I say? And y is greater than that, and mx is less than that, and my is greater than. What did I say it was? The y is less than, I think it's minus 20. That should be y, this is x. Okay, and then, oops. Draw text, game over, 100, 50. Let's see, neighbor, number, color. If game is game over, is game over. If is game over equals -1, then I'm so close. Oh, it's gone already. It flickered and ran away, but it kind of worked. And if I click this, oh, alright, it's somewhere over there. Alright, so yeah, I kind of have Minesweeper working. You see it, it's so fast, but kind of have Minesweeper working. It's like way over there somewhere, which is weird. Anyway, everything seems to be working fine. I could place these here. Oh, it erases your flags when you do that. Alright, that's a bug I'll fix another time, but that's 2 hours and 14 minutes nonstop of a programming session. I think I've got a break. I have stuff to do tomorrow. But if you watched, I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun, and I hope the sound was not too terrible. But yeah, have a nice night.